North Central Libraries and the Chelan Douglas Land Trust are teaming up to promote creativity in getting outdoors. The organizations collaborated to create a series of 3 events called Art on the Trails, where attendees create art projects at the shelters of different trailheads. In tonight's feature story, NCW Life News spoke with the Art on the Trails organizers ahead of their Story Stones program at Castle Rock Trailhead last week.
Really, this kind of came about because I was inspired by Katie's programming of Art in the Park. I thought that was a really wonderful idea, just to bring people outside. I'm somebody that's really passionate about art and just bringing more people into the outdoors.
So Art on the Park's been going, I think, about 2 years now. So we just take supplies and a picnic blanket out front of the library and hang out in Memorial Park doing a different art project, which we did kind of as a way to allow teens to try different art styles without having to put in the big investment of, I bought all the supplies to do this thing, because that's expensive and hard for a lot of people to do. Yeah. And so we really wanted to kind of get people outside because we have that gorgeous park right there. And then Isla came to us and was like, hey, we want to do more stuff at the library, and in particular, I love this event and would like to see it kind of expand, and so we brought this out. This is our second one in a series of 3 for this year.
A lot of the programming that we've provided in the past is kind of hike focused, and so I thought about, well, what are different ways to bring people outside without, having a hike, because hikes aren't really for everybody, or some people have that physical limitation that doesn't allow them to do the hike, but we can still gain the benefits of being outdoors and do something fun. At the start of the event, I usually try to share just a little bit of information about the property, and then I also have trail maps, so for people who may not be familiar with the trail or kind of what it looks like, I can let them know, and they can be here and kind of decrease some of that discomfort into like getting to a new place and not really sure how to navigate it. That's kind of what our hope is in like bringing people out and familiarizing themselves with the outdoors and the resources we have here. The Story Stone focus is on creating a collaborative story based on what people design on their stone. And so it kind of inspired by, libraries and creating stories and coming together as a community, but also being really creative with it and seeing what kind of like your imagination comes up with. So people will be able to paint whatever they like on the stone. And then as a group, we'll come up with a story that involves all of the little images that they have.
First one, we did watercolor postcards. So we were out at Saddle Rock. Kind of everybody had a postcard and some watercolors to just kind of paint whatever they felt like. But then they could keep it or send it to somebody else. And then our next one is going to be book page flowers in September at Kenzie's Landing. And so we'll kind of use old book pages from books that were damaged or advanced reader copies that we can't use or sell or give away for art projects. And so we'll turn them into flowers and give everyone some fun decor to kind of decorate their home in the fall. Our mission is to connect people with resources in our region. And so, really saying, here's a trail that anyone can access, and what does that look like to go out there? I know later this summer, we have another partnership with the Wenatchee River Institute, and they're going to kind of come and talk about, like, how do families get out on the trail? Like, what do you need? What's the bare minimum? How can you do it? And so things like that, where we're finding these partnerships of like, let's talk about, it's not accessible for everyone to just get outside without knowing what they're getting themselves into. Yeah. And so finding partners like Isla who can kind of help to guide people in that direction. Like, I didn't know there were these shelters, but they're here at all the parks that we're going to. And so, getting the word out about that and kind of connecting those communities, because I think a lot of times we have like, different pockets of people who know things, and then how do we bring them all together?